Hello guys, so today we have a really interesting video, different from the typical step-by-step guide that we usually do in our channel, but to show a use case of a real client project I built, in this case for a marketing agency, which needed an AI voice call caller. So I will be showing everything, how it works, the make scenarios and everything, so that you can take and copy the scenario to sell it to other marketing agencies and everything, so you can make money from it and see the proof that this really works. So without further ado, let's go into the video and see how the scenario works. So to start with this walkthrough through the use case of this AI voice call caller, we're gonna start inside Vapi, which is the application that I usually use for creating these AI voice agents for clients. In this case, as it's a call caller, I used a transient assistant. I went to API documentation. I started here inside create assistant, and I came in here into make and inserted it into set variable. So how are we gonna start the process of call calling leads for this marketing agency? So first of all, we're gonna configure this on some days. In this case, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday only, the work days, let's gonna call that way, and the weekends we are not gonna call. We're gonna call from 2 p.m. here on Central European time to 11:30 on Central European time, as it's a marketing agency from the US. I configure it to put it 6 hours later than from the call calling campaigns have to start. And we're gonna click here on search for us, and here inside the our Google Sheets, where we have all the leads, we have the first name, last name, mobile phone, company name, and call send. So this call send column is useful so that we can know which leads hasn't been sent the call, and we're gonna start calling every 4 minutes, as you saw here, a call to all of these. So we have the mobile phone and the company name, that is what we are gonna use to contact them as the personalization. Later, when the call will be finished, we're gonna set here the other sheets where this will be located. This is in Spanish, as the client talks Spanish, so it was really easier for me. Here inside tools, I've added completely the transient assistant. As you can see in the other guides, as I told you, it's a complete transient assistant with webhooks and everything. I've set a voice of 11 labs, a first message, and more things that I usually use. Of course, in this case, I've set a server URL to get then the transcript. Here in JSON, we're just gonna put this in some brackets, this part, and then we're gonna set an array aggregator. We're gonna put everything: client messages, survey messages, the background sound, the voicemail message that I also added it here, the artifact plan, really necessary to get the transcript and the recording URL. And here I set this to transform to JSON. The first one, inside the HTTP module, we're gonna basically send the call. So the URL is call. It's here on create call instead of create assistant. And we're gonna put the method of post there, and here's gonna be the API key that I removed, obviously. The application JSON is gonna be the content type, and here we're gonna put this simple: the customer, the number with the +1, and the mobile phone that we got from the Google Sheets, the name that we also got from the Google Sheets, and this is not necessary, just a small adjustment I did so that it worked. The assistant is what we got from this JSON, so that it can send the call, and the phone number ID, here I added my phone number ID, which I obviously also removed so that you can see it. This is the first scenario that is gonna be sending the calls. It's gonna be sending around, depending on the day, it's around 60 calls a day, with this thing of sending every 4 minutes. Sometimes it's 5, some other times it's 3, depending on what you want and the time you want to send these calls. When we go to the second scenario that is here, we're gonna start with a vapi watching the call report, which we will use to get the transcript and the call. Well, how did we build this? So the first thing we did is put here a Google Sheets search rows, where we are gonna search inside the big list of leads for the client that we just called and that we just received information. Depending on what was the ended version, we are gonna separate two routes. If it was the voicemail message or the customer did not answer, we are gonna take it here, where we are gonna update the row to where in the first one here, where we're gonna tell the marketing agents in this case that the lead is inside the seat of not answered. We're also gonna add a row, but in this case inside the seat of not interested, here with the phone number, the cost, and the time of the call, so that they can know that these people didn't get the phone. Finally, we're gonna send the customer also an SMS to let them know that there has been left inside their mobile phone a voicemail message and that they can listen to it. Also wanted to leave a Calendly link so that if they hear the voicemail message and they like it, they could book an appointment inside it. So in the other route in which the user responded the call, we have here a chatgpt create a composition in which we are gonna indicate the system to determine with the transcript if the user wanted to be sent the SMS, so he was interested in booking an appointment with the marketing agency sales team, or if the answer was automated, or if he wasn't interested. I've given the transcript, the summary, and I've put this example output. So if it's yes and he's interested, we've set here an SMS to send to the user with a booking link or a Calendly link so that he can book an appointment with the sales team of the marketing agency. And here I set an update arrow in which we have set that the call has sent and that is located inside the SMS sent. So this one will be the first big set of leads. This will be there in the update arrow. And we also add here an add arrow in which we are gonna add a row in the seat of the interested people with the name, the phone number, the time, the cost, the transcript, and the duration of the call. If the GPT determines that the user was not interested, in this case, we are gonna update a row and we are gonna put that the user is gonna be located in the seat of not interested. So we're gonna come here and we're gonna add the row in the seat of not interested leads. So we're gonna put the name, the phone number, the time, the cost, the transcript, and the duration. Finally, if the GPT determines that the answer was automated, so it was a voicemail bot that usually tells the typical message of please leave a message if you're interested in blah blah blah, then we are gonna do the same process as here. I just clone this part, clone it here, we just saying that it is being located inside not answered, then add a row with all the same information that we added here inside the seat of not answer, and the same we send the same SMS as here, in which we are gonna tell the user in this case to listen to the voicemail so we left, and if they were interested and they liked the voicemail message, they could book a link in the Calendly link. So let's talk now about the token usage. It's a really important thing inside these type of scenarios. We made a test of around 7 days in which we sent around 500 calls, and this burned around 3,000, 4,000 operations, because we did some tests before doing the official test, and I burned many tokens configuring the scenario. So we did the scenario and around 500 calls, it would be around 3,000 operations. So I would recommend in this case, if you have any clients, buying the pro plan for them. It's only $10, so it shouldn't be really expensive, $10. And the operation of 10,000 should be okay for them. So guys, with this we will have finished the video. I hope you have learned and you've seen how I built these scenarios that are gonna be real for a real use case of a client, and how to win money as an AI automation agency, so that you can see that real deals can be built with AI voice, and that you can really win money with cold callers and building these types of scenarios. So yeah, thanks for watching. You will probably have this video in a more extended way, showing how I build it in a step by step. And yeah, again, see you in the next one.